Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. So Kenny Nguyen coming out here saying all eyes are on Jerome Powell today. I expect a big rally after his announcement on the rate cut. So if you guys are watching this video on the day that I'm releasing it, today is October the 29th, Wednesday, October 29th, 2025. And at around 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Jerome Powell will announce the second round of rate cuts. So what Kenny is expecting is that we're going to see this thing starting to rip. This is the Bitcoin chart on the 4-hour, and I wanted to throw it on the 4-hour for you guys, just to show you guys what I'm seeing here on the 4-hour chart. So for Bitcoin, we are seeing this inverted head and shoulders pattern. Hopefully, we can continue that momentum upward. Bitcoin has been languishing a little bit. Looks like Bitcoin is coming in looking to retest that level. We did come down fairly low, around 112,100. Even if we were to retest $111,000, that's still okay, so long as we don't go below that. Bitcoin making healthier highs at the moment. So as you guys can see, Bitcoin is making higher lows right now and higher highs right now as well. And hopefully this trend does continue to the upside. Let's throw a Fibonacci on the Bitcoin chart. As you guys can see here from the Fib, we are reaching the 0.5. So from this top here that we saw, $126,000 for one Bitcoin. That was the top. That's the brand new all-time high. Bitcoin did retrace. It did go back down to about 103.4. And now we're back up to the 0.5. So coming back up, as you guys can see, bouncing off this level, finding support in and around the 0.382. And now hopefully we do see Bitcoin come up, making new highs. There are some critical levels in here that we should be paying attention to. For now, though, Bitcoin looking okay, staying above that neckline. You guys can see, though, fear and greed is still fairly low. We were hovering in the low 40s the other day, and now we're at 39. Market cap, $3.81 trillion. You guys can see altcoins are struggling a little bit. We haven't seen too much volatility, though, in the market. So nothing to suggest that we're seeing any kind of wild activity here. Most altcoins are staying relatively flat. As you guys can see, it is just a mix of green and red in this speculative market. And for all intents and purposes, let's just take a look at XRP real quickly here. We got the XRP chart up. XRP has actually been holding up quite nicely, even if Bitcoin did struggle to rebound down in around here. XRP is getting back up to these highs that we saw just yesterday in around $2.69 for one XRP. We're seeing the current price for XRP in and around $2.65.5. So a nice rebound for XRP, I gotta say. XRP did also come out of this inverted head and shoulders pattern and is staying above that trend line. So very positive news for XRP holders. And if you're an XRP holder and you're feeling a little confused, where should I be selling? Should I be holding long term? Should I be selling now? Is the market going to dip in 2026? Could I get some more XRP at a steal? If I just cash out now, hold some money on the side, maybe get some XRP for below $1 yet again. Well, you guys can see what I'm doing over there at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. It is only $5 a month. But you got to subscribe and stay subscribed to lock into that price point. I don't just talk about XRP over there. I talk about my legacy portfolio and Bitcoin, of course, specifically. So check it out if that's something you are interested in. What's happening with macro markets? Well, Mel Madison posted this. Okay, this really is happening. It is a formal acknowledgement of the S&P as a Ponzi retirement wealth scheme of the world. Guys, this is what he's posting with regards to the S&P, and this is a this is a century-long trend that we've been seeing on the S&P 500. So the Great Depression all the way back in here in the 1930s, and now, guys, we are in, the mid-2020s right up here, and as you guys can see, this channel has continued for about 100 years. So he's saying this is a huge week, maybe the biggest in decades for markets. We are escaping a century-long channel. It had to happen this way. The Fed, trade deals, Mag 7 earnings, all culminating this week to break out into a new level. So when we do see new highs here, I don't know if it's going to happen for sure, but guys, that could mean something extraordinary for risk-on assets like cryptocurrencies, money flowing into the market, money flowing into stocks, and certainly money flowing into cryptos. Of course, we're hoping to see this number get up even higher than 39 in the 70s and 80s, hopefully by the end of the cycle. So we are still sitting, waiting, watching, poised. with bated breath. Wanted to thank Mel and Kenny for posting that. Guys, Michael Branch also reminding us that XRP ETFs are ready to launch very, very soon. I mean, we got to wait for this government shutdown to conclude. But remember, the first ever spot ETF, so Solana, LTC, HBAR, began trading on Wall Street yesterday, marking the big moment for altcoins. But as these products go live, many investors are asking one question: when will we see the XRP ETF? So according to a report, 7, yes, count them, 7 US spot XRP ETF filings are currently under review by the SEC. And that's only the 7 that are currently under review. There are many more that are still waiting to be reviewed. The agency is expected to make a decision between October the 18th, which has passed by now, and November the 14th. So we're waiting probably first 2 weeks in November, following its September approval of new generic listing standards for spot crypto ETFs. Luckily for us, though, guys, Polymarket shows a greater than 99% probability that the SEC will approve a spot XRP ETF by the end of 2025. And I think, for a lot of us, that is what we're hoping for, what we're at least waiting for to see what price does after that point. And I mean, I could be wrong, but part of what I'm thinking is this could be the front run to something even more extraordinary once we do see that or do see some kind of more meaningful news for XRP, whether it's an ETF or some kind of big utility partnership. We could see prices starting to soar. Anyway, just wanted to mention that. Bitrue, guys, is launching an all-new way for users, new and old, to start earning and multiply their crypto in just 3 proven steps designed to streamline your investment process. And guys, this is for XRP holders specifically. So this process is for XRP investors. And Bitrue started this new campaign called Start, Earn, Multiply, designed to streamline the investment process for both new and experienced users for their long-standing commitment to XRP. Bitrue has been a vocal advocate of XRP for more than 7 years, consistently positioning it as a currency of the future. Over that period, the exchange has launched dozens of special offers that have enabled XRP accumulation rates of up to 80% for limited duration. So if Bitrue is available in your country, I don't know, maybe some of you guys might want to sign up for that. An investor who placed $100 into XRP 3 years ago would now see the investment at over $1,500. So going up, 14, 15x? This combines the token's more than 6-fold price appreciation with Bitrue's various staking and launch pool options. Since the investment program's inception in 2019, Bitrue has distributed more than 7 million XRP to over 500,000 holders, underscoring its central role in the XRP ecosystem. And I do not have an affiliate link for Bitrue, but I would suggest you guys go check it out. I also wanted to make a comment on Messari. They just released the State of the XRP Ledger Q3 report. So they just posted this on Twitter X, but the report is over here, guys. The State of the XRP Ledger Q3 2025 report. Just going to go over some of the key insights for you guys. I will link this in the description, but it is fairly lengthy and fairly detailed. It is good to know, though, that there are companies that are looking into this. Check this out. XRP ended Q3 at an all-time high quarterly close, okay? That was about $2.85 with circulating market cap of about $170.3 billion. This outperformed the combined market cap of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana, which only increased by 13.3% quarter on quarter or quarter over quarter. The XRPL is primed for institutional adoption as necessary identity, financial compliance, and privacy features are being implemented. So we have been noticing a lot of these advancements on the XRP ledger. The developers continue to build, and we are seeing more features, I guess you could say, on the XRP ledger. These include multi-purpose tokens, so MPTs. We talked about that over the last few months for metadata to store RWA parameters, confidential MPTs using zero-knowledge proofs, and credentials to control access for KYC and AML. Then there's the SEC listing standards for crypto ETPs. Guys, this is going to get the FOMO rolling. I hope we start to see not just institutional, but the big guns, the retail traders that are only used to traditional ways or TradFi, traditional ways of investing, get into cryptocurrencies like XRP. We know XRP was listed on Coinbase's derivatives exchange in April, paving the way for US spot ETFs. So, guys, we're still waiting for that. And then Ripple's USD pegged stablecoin, the RLUSD, closed Q3 with a market cap of $88.8 million on the XRP ledger, making it the network's largest stablecoin. The XRPL closed Q3 with an all-time high RWA market of $364.2 million as issuance grew from multiple RWAs launched in Q2. So this also included partners of Ripple like Ondo's OUSG token treasury fund, Guggenheim's digital commercial paper, and tokenized real estate issued by Control Alt. So I prepared videos about all those things over the last several months. And guys, this is, just the beginning of how we're going to see this adoption really kind of explode. It's all about the small pieces coming together. So when we see Ripple partners, longtime Ripple partners like dLocal coming out with more news like this, they're launching BNPL Fuse, the first buy now, pay later aggregator for emerging markets. This all culminates and hopefully bolsters more XRPL adoption. So BNL Fuse, exclusively by Ripple partner dLocal, is the only buy now, pay later solution connecting multiple providers through one integration with instant risk-free settlement for merchants. This is happening in Uruguay. So the leading cross-border payment platform connecting global merchants to emerging markets today launched this feature, the first seamless, scalable solution that simplifies the buy now, pay later for fast-growing economies. Merchants that do not offer BNPL can lose up to 66% of potential conversions, missing out on millions of buyers across emerging markets. And so, if you're a small to medium-sized business, this is not something you want to toy around with. You probably want to capture as much of the market potential as you can. So missing out on 2/3, just not an option. This is built, just going down here, this is built for emerging markets across Latin America, Africa, the Middle East, and Asia. The platform consolidates multiple local BNPL providers into a single fully orchestrated solution powered by Ripple partner dLocal. So this is just another integration where we're going to see merchants using this type of technology hopefully be able to harness more consumers through a Ripple-enabled protocol that is being integrated into a company like dLocal. So we are seeing some great news coming out of those regions of the world. On top of which, Ripple partner TerraPay and Cobra, not Cobra, are going to provide businesses globally with seamless cross-border payments as well. So this coming from Colombia, Cobra, the leading B2B payment platform in Latin America, and TerraPay, a Ripple partner, they've just come together to facilitate international transactions, expecting volumes to scale rapidly. So hopefully, because we are seeing more stablecoin adoption around the world, maybe this will help bolster some of these payment opportunities. This collaboration enables companies to send and receive payments seamlessly across borders with faster settlement times, low operational complexity, and a fully compliant infrastructure. So again, another instance where a Ripple partner is partnering up with another company to extend the web. Here's a quote, guys. Our partnership with TerraPay proves the impact of combining local expertise with a global payments network. Moving millions of dollars in 2025 shows that companies across the region are demanding faster, safer, and more efficient international payments. So not for domestic payments. This is for international payments. The web has to keep growing for XRP demand to keep rising, which brings me to this. And I know some people in the XRP community were wondering about this. Solana is throwing shade at Ripple, or are they? Asks John Squire here. Funny how the loudest ones usually come after the winners. Well, guys, the Solana official Twitter X profile did just post this. There is no bridge currency. There are stable coins on Solana. I love you. Well, guys, Solana has officially partnered with Western Union. Word on the street, Solana Foundation paid Western Union for a few months of Solana exclusivity. This coming from Vet here. Western Union stablecoin obviously will be multi-chain after it makes no sense for an issuer not to be. That is the rumor here. But if you guys remember, Ripple did partner with MoneyGram 6 years ago, and it ended after the lawsuit. Western Union issuing a single USD stablecoin on Solana is a nice adoption, but mostly a lukewarm event in today's world of mass adoption. The fact that Solana and its leading dev are calling this a dark day for XRP shows that they're very jealous of XRP's market cap, have no idea what Ripple or XRP have done since 2019, think Western Union is a big win for them when wins for other chains involve trillions and quadrillions of value potential, that XRP is in their heads, that they can't even celebrate their own announcement without trying to market that bridge currencies and XRP are useless. So sounds a bit childish coming from another big cryptocurrency company. I agree with Nietzbucks here. Remember just the other day, Eric Trump said this is an end to tribalism, or there should be an end to tribalism. I did a video on that recently, and I will link that up here. But here we are again, Solana trying to put down the XRP community. Well, King Valex here mentioning something kind of funny. Solana outages since 2022, and you guys can see them here in red. So there were some I guess, questionable times on the Solana network, but the outages are outlined here in red. And this is just from 2022. How can they trust a network that cannot even stay operational without going out several months a year? Interesting news there. Anders here also making a very important note here, guys. It's cool. I made a graph, though, showing Ripple's target market for cross-border payments, and you compare that with Western Union. Guys, there's no comparison. Ripple's target market for cross-border payments is B2B, a $187 trillion market, and that was the numbers as of 2024. This is where your typical retail remittance is roughly $103 billion in 2024. So you compare that to $187 trillion. There's just no contest. JP Morgan's altcoin ETF forecast is wild here, coming from Paul Barron. So he's also commenting on XRP and Solana. XRP's got $8 billion in inflows, whereas Solana's got $6 billion. Here's why this matters. XRP's real utility in cross-border payments and clear regulatory path equals an institutional favorite. Another reason why I think Solana's trying to punch back at XRP is because Ripple had a partnership with Western Union. I don't know if you guys remember, this is going all the way back to 2019. I recently did a video on this, though, in 2023, because we thought that there was a revitalized, the possibility for a revitalized partnership between Ripple and Western Union. So I did a video on that back then. This, again, was from a couple of years ago, and it was commenting on the 2019 partnership. Listen to this. Also happened to see this from Michael Branch. Now, looks as though we got some recent news from Western Union. And I was wondering about this because a lot of these articles that I read about this story, I read, I think, 3 or 4 of them, touched on some facts from 2018. I happened to see this, though. Okay, Michael posted this. The financial giant, Western Union. We know Western Union is a huge competitor to MoneyGram. They are big in the retail and cross-border sector. They're stepping into the world of cryptocurrencies. CEO Hikmet Ersek revealed that the company has its eyes locked on the Ripple blockchain technology and XRP. So guys, is this going to mean a meaningful partnership with Western Union? Let me read you some of this. So they are exploring blockchain integration with Ripple, allegedly. The firm is looking to use Ripple's technology for optimizing capital and settling transactions. In addition, Ripple was pleased to update the community on the trial launch of XRapid. Now, that's where I was getting a little confused. We know XRapid has now been rebranded to ODL. So is this just an old rehashed article? Well, apparently it says this. Okay, Western Union, the world leader in money transfers, has entered the cryptocurrency realm. CEO Hikmet Ersek has said that the business is investigating ways to use the Ripple blockchain and its native token XRP. Western Union's entrance into the blockchain and cryptocurrencies was announced by Ersek in a recent conference call with analysts. So I'm still trying to look for more information on this. However, this does say it was a recent conference call. And as you guys can see, this was just posted on August the 25th. So the firm is looking to use Ripple's technology for optimizing capital and settling transactions. Interestingly, though, Western Union is also testing the XRP token. Let's just go back to what they were saying back in 2018, okay? Another article here, guys, from June 2018. Western Union CEO not impressed by the Ripple trial. So has he changed his mind on Ripple and XRP? At that time, Western Union, the largest money transfer service in the world, made waves earlier this year when it confirmed that it had partnered with Ripple to conduct a blockchain trial involving the XRP cryptocurrency. However, 6 months into the test, Western Union CEO Hikmet Ersek said that the firm has yet to see any cost savings that warrant overhauling its system to use XRP for cross-border payments. We are always criticized that Western Union is not cost efficient, blah, 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 but we did not see that part of the efficiency yet during our tests. Now, at that time, I remember this very, very clearly. At that time, this was right when I started the channel. I did report on this, and I think the reason was because they did not actually utilize XRP at scale. I think they put through like 6 or 7 different transactions, and thought to themselves, well, why would we integrate with such a probably at that time very costly system that pay for the RippleNet license, but only get minor savings from this? Well, when you're looking at it from a scale perspective, guys, a lot of these companies do believe differently, and this is why we've seen so much Ripple adoption since 2018. Times have changed quite a bit, and since then, we did actually see a retraction from August 23rd or 26th, whenever I did that video. This was a retraction from August 30th, 2023, clarification on the Western Union and Ripple integration story. So it looks as though this is not happening. It has come to our attention that our article contained inaccurate information. We sincerely regret disseminating this misinformation and want to set the record straight. We have unpublished the story. So this, in fact, has been retracted. And of course, now we're seeing the partnership with Solana. But guys, does it matter? If you think there's no need for a bridge asset or currency, you don't understand the concept of liquidity. So from a liquidity perspective, this is what Anders says. This is how the world works today, with USD being the dominant bridge currency in the financial system. But in a world with 100 different USD stablecoins, liquidity is fragmented amongst these different networks. Ironically, Western Union will launch their own US stablecoin, USDPT, which will further fragment liquidity across USD stablecoins. This does not factor in the need for jurisdictionless and neutral bridge assets because of geopolitical tensions around the world. This is why XRP is best suited on the XRP Ledger. You have a native feature such as auto bridging and auto pathing, or path finding rather, where it looks for XRP liquidity first. Guys, this is a more complex question rather than do you need a bridge currency or not need a bridge currency. The question is in what kind of capacity, domestic payments, or with such low volume transactions comparatively, like with Western Union, we don't need it, or the world does not need that as much as the big banks do around the world. Of course, there is a need for liquidity and there is a need for a bridge. So Solana got Western Union, a retail payment provider. Stellar got MoneyGram, another retail payment provider. What does XRP get? It got a network of mega banks and multinational corporations, an interweb of wholesale payment providers, this courtesy of BD here. So what do you think? I think we know who the clear winner is. That's not to say that I don't hold Solana. I do hold some Solana, and I'm telling my Patreon subscribers where I'm going to be selling all my cryptocurrencies. So check it out if that's something you're interested in, patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. I also wanted to mention that I do have the Working Money Channel merch store if you guys are interested in helping to support the channel by purchasing some Working Money Channel merch. Every little bit counts, and I'm so thankful for everybody who has stopped by here. Link is in the description of the video, guys. That's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.